Hey, what's up, party people? Behind me, I got a 2004 Ford Explorer, 4.0 liter. What it looks like right here. And today we're going to be doing the wheel hub assembly. Wheel bearing wheel hub is all one assembly, and it comes with a vehicle speed sensor also, which attaches right here at this connector. So this is what we're installing. The way you check for this, with the tire on, which I've already done, you're going to grab the tire at a 12. First, jack it up, jack up the vehicle, and you want to grab the tire here at 12 and at the bottom at 6, and just wiggle it back and forth. And if you have play, then usually that's a good indicator that your wheel hub is going bad, or your wheel bearings. It'll also have play if your first of all, if your lugs are not tightened down. So that's how you check for it right there. So the first thing you want to do is take off your tire, which I've already done. Next thing I'm gonna do, let me set you up right here. You're gonna have to remove the the brake caliper assembly and the rotor to get to the wheel hub. So we're gonna do that first. Alright, so first thing you gotta do is remove the brake caliper assembly. I'm gonna set you up where you can kind of see it, hopefully. Alright, about that right there. Alright, you got two bolts right here, one right here and one right here. That's for your caliper, and those are 13 millimeters. Right there. Looks like one's a 13, one's a 14. Alright. Okay, so top one was a 13, bottom one was a 14. Next thing you gotta do is pull this off. If you can't pull it off, just stick a pry bar down in here, pry it backwards. That'll help you out. Also, you're gonna have to remove these the wiring here, which I'll show you in just a second. I'm gonna set this down in a way that it's kind of out of the way. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. But here's the wiring right here coming from the wheel hub. Just going ahead and start disconnecting or removing some of that stuff, because I know I'm gonna have to do it here in a minute. And as a matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna remove the whole thing. I like using bungee cords for hanging up brake calipers and stuff like that. You could just set it over here to the side on top of the steering knuckle or something like that somewhere. Just gonna set it out of the way. You're gonna notice with this the wheel speed sensor, you can see it wiggling right there. So if you keep on wiggling it, it's kind of how I make sure know where it is. But you'll see it. You can see it wiggling right there. Yeah. So you know this is it right here. And there's just a tab right there you push down on. Just right there, just push down on this tab right here, and that'll allow it to come loose. You got one connector in here that you might need a screwdriver to pry it open, and that's that electrical connector right under here. Is very hard. It's kind of hard to see, but you have to get a screwdriver, probably stick it up in there and just pry it out. Actually, there is a let's see. What I'm gonna do is, instead of prying it out, I'm just gonna use this right here. It's an upholstery tool, and I'm just gonna remove the entire clip from the vehicle frame. Because I just looked at the new one, and our new one, it comes with, here's where that connection is made. This is what I'm talking about right here. But just stick a screwdriver down in here. You can pop that open right there. Just stick it right in there and just kind of pry it. But that's why I removed it from the frame, because we have another one right here. So this is gonna have to come out anyway. Alright, let's get behind, set you up back here. And next thing you're gonna be looking at, alright, you got a bolt right here and a bolt right here holding in the rotor. You can see that. So I gotta take this one out, and I gotta take this one out. And I believe both of those are 18 millimeters. Oops. So as you can see, that's what's holding this brake assembly in right here. So I'm gonna set this to the side. So after you remove the brake assembly by taking out these two bolts, that will allow your rotor to come off. And just gonna pull that out of there. You got 3 bolts holding this in, which are located back here. There's 1, 2, and 3 down there. Those are all 15 millimeter bolts, but there's your 3 bolts right there. So what I like to do is get a an impact swivel socket. This is a 15 millimeter right here. Let's take these out. Them some bitches is in there. All right. So that was a 3/8 drive. Now I got a 1/2 inch drive. It's a little bit bigger, has a little bit more torque. And it looks like that's what we need. A little more torque. Oh yeah. And she came right out. There you go. That came out pretty easy. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a pry bar and put it right up under here and pry it up like that. And using this right here, just probably like push back on it like that with the pry bar, because it'll get stuck here. And what you want to do is clear out this race right here. Well, clean that whole area out right there so it goes back in. And you want to reroute your vehicle speed sensor, put it back in basically just how you took it out. So let's get a new one. Just clean this out a little bit here. Sometimes if it's really rusty, you're gonna have it might not go in as easily, it won't come out as easy as well. So you want to clean this area up pretty good. Alright, so the new one comes with new bolts, and these are actually 18 millimeters. So I got a 18 millimeter impact swivel socket. Put those on with, and all you gotta do is kind of line it up just like you had it in there before you took it out. Just line up your 3 bolt holes with 3 corresponding holes right here. And what I'm gonna do is start it off by hand. So just get 3 of them started. Make sure everything lines up before you start tightening it down. Alright, and this is how our vehicle speed sensor went in. Make sure all that's routed right. Oops. Oh, my bad. It does have 15 millimeters. It came with 5 bolts. I guess these 2 right here were the brake caliper assembly bolts. So put those 15s back in there. Got some new 15s. Alright, so you got your 15 millimeter. Just go back, double check with my ratchet, see how tight they are. Pretty tight. Alright. Next thing I'm gonna do, Put the rotor back on. And now you can put your brake caliper back on also. And these right here should line up with right along this brake line. There's a bunch of these little clips right here. They should line up like that. This is the one that you pried out right here earlier. Stick that in there. I'm gonna go on top, make my connection up top. Alright. It's 18. Go and put your brake pad on there if they fell out. See, he fell down there. Alright. You got a brake caliper. Go ahead and slap that back on there. See, this is supposed to fit in there. Looks like somebody broke it off. Now remember, let's see, the 14 was at the bottom. 13 was at the top. Just go back and double check them with a wrench. Your caliper bolts you don't want too tight. They will break off on you. Alright, this is nice and snug. So this is the passenger side right here. Anyway, that's basically it. That's the wheel hub right there. Wheel hub assembly. Now you got two different types. You got the kind that are bolt-on, which is the one that we just did just now, and then you have the kind that are pressed in. Those are little. Sometimes you might have to take off the entire steering knuckle just to press them out. So those are a little more. It's just a little more time consuming, a little more difficult. You're gonna have a shop press, remove the raised. There's a snap ring in there and stuff like that. So maybe one day we'll get one of those in here, and I'll show you how to do that too. But anyways, appreciate you watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Peace.